you? Supers get dropped when I enter the local.
All right, we are now live streaming over on Twitch and, of course, recording here live on the EONE Discord, the only Discord that matters, the best Discord in all of New Eden. There is no other Discord better than this one, where you're free to speak your mind, say what you want, do what you want, be who you want to be. There are no restrictions. Actually, that's the fake echoes of New Eden Discord, which is also great in that sense, too, because there's no moderation on that one. Here, there's a slight amount of moderation, or whatever Rambo deems necessary. But how's everyone doing tonight? We have a huge patch notes to go over. That's a small patch notes. It's actually a huge patch notes. So normally on a patch note Tuesday, we wind up having quite a bit to kind of go through. Tonight's a little different. I kind of figured it was going to be a mild patch note for this week, given the timing right before the anniversary. We're 2 weeks out from the anniversary on the 13th, technically the 14th, essentially, for when the actual patch will drop. So it's women's volleyball. Yeah, that's extremely distracting. I have no idea why it's legal for them to basically just wear thongs, but it is what it is at this point. Anyway, now you're distracting me, Hayu. Thank you. I appreciate that. So let's get right into it. We figured it was going to be a little bit of a light one. It is. There's a couple of different things. Oh, I got to make a note here. Sorry. There's a couple of different things in here that make sense. There's several things in here that don't make sense. And we're just going to have to figure that out together, right? So here we go. First things up, balance adjustments. Added a new Siege tactical module with a 10-second activation time and a fuel usage of 50 gigajoules that has new bonuses related to drones with other attributes the same as the Siege module. All Striker Navy issue battleships, including the Dominic's Navy issue, removed the built-in Siege mode and gained one mid-slot and a new bonus, can fit Siege tactical modules. How to obtain? Cheetah tactical modules, regular tactical module section. So they're going to be seated on the market. No blueprints for these, just like some of the other modules that have been dropped. And that's what it is. No more Siege mode. However, that does mean that drones are now going to be affected by this new module for the DNI. The DNI was already a pretty powerful Navy issue battleship, and now it's just going to get stronger. Whereas they didn't even, this is a buff. This is a straight line buff. They didn't really have anything that affected drones on these Siege modules until now. And of course, anybody who's done this on the Dreads with the Siege module getting switched over knows that that is a huge advantage to the Dreads, even with the network sensor mode for the carriers, right? So it's much faster to turn on, turn off at this point. Yes, you're using fuel, like everything uses fuel, but I think we're all very accustomed to that at this point. But that's just a straight line buff, really, if you look at it, for all of those ships, especially the DNI, which is an excellent ship to begin with already. So it's just going to get even stronger. Pairing that Siege mode with Bombard or even automatic defense or whatever. There's a lot of different tactics with drones, i.e. fighters, at this point in the game. So that one makes sense. That change makes a lot of sense because we've known for some time that all of those modes, defense modes, striker modes, siege modes, all those things are going away. They're no longer going to be tied to the hull, and now they're going to be modules. We can see the straight up benefits to that for all of these things, although I'm going to be very upset when my favorite hauler, my Badger 2, gets its defense mode stripped away, gets turned into an actual module that's activated by fuel, because guess what? The sucker's going to turn off every time you jump a gate. Same thing with the Fiend. It's a module. It's going to shut off as it goes through a gate. That really sucks. That really sucks because, you know, like in a Nearest 2 or a Badger 2, you've got that defense mode on like all the time. So that's kind of a cool thing. That's really kind of helpful as you're jumping around. Same thing with the Fiend. You pop the defense mode, although that's a little bit more tactical. So that one doesn't always stay on because it slows you down. But yeah, haulers like Badger 2s and Nearest 2s, whenever they take that out at some point, because they're doing that to all of this stuff, whenever that gets taken out, that's going to hurt. So maybe that'll be one that they hold off on for a while. Next thing up, corporation member number adjustment. This is one that kind of makes sense on paper, but the more I think about it, makes zero sense to me. So after creating a corporation, the initial number of members has been adjusted from 50 to 200. Those of you who have ever created a corporation in this game know you have to skill into corporation management to get it from 50 to 200. And then you have to use corporation tech tree to get it above 200. And that's bugged to crap. It doesn't work. The CEO has to be logged on in order for those numbers to apply. So maybe what they're getting at here is that that's part of this, like a skeleton patch. We'll see. Let's see what else they say. The corporation management skill's been removed. Okay, great. I can remove that now off of a couple of tunes, get some SP back. That's good. The bonuses from corporation tech remain unchanged. Okay, so they haven't changed anything with that. So far, kind of making sense. We need larger corporations. So that's kind of where we are in the game at this point. You need larger corps. So that's all good. The corporation management skills been removed. Like I said, capsuleers can reset it without consuming Lazarus units. Also good. Up to this point, everything's making sense to me. I like it. Known issue. The corporation interface may display a maximum number of people lower than the actual value. Here's the bug I'm talking about. But this does not affect the actual maximum number of the application feature. Wrong. It's been affecting that for years. Okay. The interface will refresh after upgrading the personnel expansion corporation tech once. Okay, this is where it makes zero sense to me. First and foremost, this is a bug that's been going around for a while. It doesn't show you the right number, and it also means nobody can freaking apply. On some way, shape, or form, I'm okay with that. It keeps a lot of the dredge away from my corporation. But on the other end, it's a pain in the ass when we have ISK mules going back and forth. I literally have to just log on the phone, set it down. And, I don't have time for things, but I can be logged in real quick in order for somebody to come and go kind of thing. So when they say it doesn't actually affect it, yes, it does. Then when they say, in order to fix this bug, by the way, you have to upgrade one level of personal expansion. What if you already had it on? Like, what if you already had that leveled up like I do? Like, which personnel expansion has to be leveled up? And what if they're already leveled up? What do you do then? Good job, Netties. So this one doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Now, when they say it doesn't affect the Corp Tech tree, I think some people were looking at this thinking it was a straight line addition of more members. But I've read through this a few times today. I don't think so. I think you're still going to be at 200 plus. Delete your Corp and start over again. Oh, God. Thanks, Stevie. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Do you know how much money gets sank into the Corp Tech tree? Take a guess, guys. Take a guess how much money gets sunk into the Corp Tech tree. Just ISK-wise. Just take a random guess. Throw a number out there. How much do you think Corp Tech tree? Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's a good thing they've saved all those structure parts from their SRP program over the years because they're going to need them for Keep Stars. That's coming. It's a lot. Yeah, I mean, unlocking one level is like 64 bill just to unlock it. The ships you're putting into it are 10 bill a week. 10 bill a week. That's 40 bill a month. Unlocking a level the Sanctum level was 64 billion. The one after that, level 7 is 128 billion. The one after that's 256 billion. It's a super, ladies and gentlemen, over and over and over again. So no, I'm not deleting the corporation and starting over. Anyway, so I don't know. We'll see what that looks like in the morning. We'll see if the bug is still there. I'm gonna bet. I'm a betting man. I'm in a betting mood. I'm not a betting man, but I'm in a betting mood tonight. I'm gonna bet that bug is still fucking there. And even when I go and spin something on the Corp Tech tree, it's still gonna be there. So that's what it is, right? So what can we do? 9:30. I'm gonna write that down. All right. Next thing, market adjustments. As the infrastructure for market deliveries becomes more sophisticated and technology matures, all major empires have opened up delivery permits for all capital ships. You can now deliver any capital ship within the empire to a trading center that supports delivery. Let me repeat that. And, I swear to God, my wife waits to do cleaning and vacuuming until I'm doing a podcast that she knows I'm doing. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but that's what she does. You can now deliver any capital ship within the Empire to a trading center that supports delivery. That's an ITC, right, within Empire or outside of, or even the ITCs that are in nullsec, I think. Here, we'll keep reading. Deliverable system. Any station in high sec or low sec. Okay. Destination system. Choose one of the 6 major low sec ITCs. Okay, how to deliver, repackage your ship, and apply for delivery through the station menu. ISK fees are 500 million plus 50 million times light years. Due to the massive volume and mass of super carriers, the delivery fee is double. This is the most nonsensical update I've ever heard NetEase. Well, maybe not ever that NetEase has done, but this is ridiculous. This is the one that makes no sense. Number one, who's using deliveries? Any of you guys using deliveries? I have no idea who the hell uses a delivery service. I don't get it. Nobody uses it. And are you gonna package a super carrier and tell someone to deliver it for you? I mean, what the hell? What are they even talking about here? Yeah, I don't get it. Anyway, just getting right by it. So far, these are just a normal little small update with weird shit in it. Moving on, right? Moving on to the Corporation Tech Preview. They're giving us a preview, ladies and gentlemen. It's like a trailer where they tell you everything and you don't even have to watch the movie because it looks like it sucks. Corporation Tech Preview. With technological advancements, Concord plans to soon, trademark, unlock the follow-up technology to the Enhanced Asteroid Detection Array, moon mining technology, moon drilling technology. Anchor a moon drilling array, add-on structure, and acquire the corporation tech for moon drilling to start moon drilling. After successfully drilling, ubiquitous moon asteroid belts will be generated, allowing you to organize large-scale mining fleets for harvesting. Reprocessing moon ore can yield some planetary resources and new materials. You need to reach Corporation Level 6, that's Sanctum level, to upgrade this technology. Capsuleers can choose to prepare in advance or wait for the update and decide whether to upgrade based on the actual... Capsuleers can choose to prepare in advance or wait for the update and decide whether to upgrade based on the actual case. Hint, as it can only be used as an advanced corporation, this is just a preview and is not yet not available yet. Okay, so they're telling us about it in the patch. I can't fucking tell if that means it's actually going to show up in the game tomorrow or not, if it's going to be in the tech tree with no add-on structure yet to actually accomplish it yet, or they're just cock-teasing me. I mean, I really can't tell what the hell is up with that. With that said, though, this is pretty cool. So Sanctum is level 6. That's 64 bill, and I forget how many Corp points, like 6 million Corp points, and 64 bill of Liquidisk to unlock Sanctum. And if you have that unlocked already, good for you. This is where that's going to go, is level 6. Now, there's some excellent things wrapped up in here, and this has huge ramifications for the rest of the game, okay? First and foremost, let's just warp speed forward to... Hey, it's Rambo. Let's warp speed forward to a point in time, I don't know, 2 weeks from now at the anniversary update where all of this is live. Because if it's not live tomorrow, it will be live in 2 weeks. That's just prediction number 1, right? So let's fast forward to 2 weeks from now and say it's live. Here is how I'm very, very confident this is how this is going to work. And all my conversations with people today, going through it, talking with... didn't talk to the devs, didn't talk to Cloud, but I have a very, I'd say 99.9% sure this is how this is going to work, okay? You get it unlocked, you have the tech, however many levels that is, 1 out of 3, or just 1. It's going to be 1 out of 3. None of the Corp Tech stuff has anything other than 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 10. So it's going to be one of those two. Probably 1 out of 3 is my bet. So 3 of them. Then you're going to have the structure that you're going to have to build. You're going to have the points for that structure. It's probably going to be like the latest structure they released that goes along for like capital parts, where it's just a level 1. There's no level 2, level 3 of that add-on structure. So you'll need 10 points of power at a bare minimum on your Citadel to be able to anchor that structure. And once you do, you'll now have a 4th button at that Citadel that allows you to create this anomaly after a cooldown period or something, right? They'll have some of their kind of timer in here with this. Obviously, the structure is going to have to be fully anchored and live, probably a 24-hour period after that. And boom, you can hit a button. Just like your space scan for your Seeing Deads, just like your cloak jammer, and the base resetting your base anomaly as well, right? You have 3 of those in there now. Base anomaly reset, space scan for your Seeing Deads, and the 3rd one is your cloak jammer. There'll be a 4th one in there, and that will be for moon drilling or moon mining. And when you press that button, you'll have a little bit of a cooldown for when this ubiquitous moon asteroid belt generates itself somewhere around, I would think, around one of the moons in your system for you to warp to, but it'll probably just be just out there, an anomaly somewhere, just randomly spawning in your space. Then you'll be able to warp to it, and you'll be able to mine all of that stuff. Whatever that stuff is. That's how that reads to me. That looks like it's going. That looks like what's going to work there. Now, why does it say with that? Why does it say organize a large-scale mining fleet for harvesting? Clearly, if it's just a mining belt of some kind with different minerals in it, different ore, different things, you could take a Venture 3 out there and start mining it. However, how long does it take for you to clear it? How long does it last until it despawns? And everybody and their brother is going to be going after this. This is a giant freaking target. That's exactly what this is. This puts a target on people. The second, and I hope to God that when this thing gets spawned, it puts some kind of red icon on the map the same way Seeing Deads do. That won't happen. But but God, that would be great to just tell everybody exactly where people are moon drilling at the point and just go for it. That would be way too easy for us. That would be way too easy for us. But a guy can dream, right? So exactly, Battle Orcas to the rescue. So that's how that's going to work. I'm very, very confident that's how that's going to work. I think that's an excellent addition to the game. We've needed moon mining or wanted moon mining for a while. Regular belts are stale. People are taking orcas and workwolves into Seeing Deads because why not? That's better mineral, better uptake on the minerals, the ore. We need that speed. And of course, the new material that's coming in, I can tell you right now too how that's going to be tied to things. That's going to be tied to Titans. There's just no way in hell that that's tied to anything other than Titans, right? So everybody and their brother is going to want to blitz this and start building up. Titans are coming. We all know that. So much so that certain alliances around the map have even changed their standings, changed how they're operating in order to try to facilitate how they're going to get ready for Titans and not get left behind. If you thought the push for super carriers was huge, if you thought that was the game changer, just hold on to your horses until you see Titans on grid. So, yeah. Does this other material go in for other new ships, Bradrick? I don't think so. I think our next biggest ship, well, maybe, I don't know. It could be faction carriers too. Like, we still don't have faction carriers. So, I would love to see faction carriers. But I think a lot of this is going to be going towards and push towards Titans. That's it. From now until the faction supers as well, sure. But basically from now until the end of the year, the larger tech side of things, the larger industry side of things is really going to be pushing for the rest of the year on Titans. Yeah, faction citadels. Well, I mean, that in mind, Rambo, as you just mentioned, there is nothing in here at all about keep stars. There's nothing in here about fortizars. And you could look at that as a faction citadel if you felt like it. But those two things are coming as well, likely in 2 weeks. Now, at this point, it's anybody's guess how they're going to release those, but it feels like 2 weeks from now we're going to see keep stars. So you got 2 weeks to get yourself ready for an upgrade. Obviously, it didn't happen in this patch, but what do you guys think about moon mining? I'm excited about it. I think it's we already have Uwu skins essentially for citadels. You want them on a keep star now? You're gonna get a pink. What was that? What was that one that I saw on EVE Online? on a Keepstar. It was Hello Kitty. It was a pink Hello Kitty on a freaking Keepstar. It's ridiculous. Sure, chain, that's fine. I mean, I don't know what it's going to cost. The actual array is probably not going to cost very much. We could probably slap that together in, 5 hours out of the oven kind of thing. The add-on structures don't take us anything. So, gas the weebs. Love it. All right, if there's nothing else to talk about on the moon drilling, moon mining, we're going to see all of this tomorrow morning, so it's going to be kind of exciting. Very quick. Very, very quick. Let's go into the optimizations from the patch notes. We're at minute 20. Making my notes because I'm going to have timestamps. Optimizations. The precision guide theory skill has been adjusted to explosion radius, aiming to simplify the concept. The bonus effects remain mostly the same across as before. So no longer is it precision guidance theory. It's explosion radius. -10, -10, -10 per level. The target navigation prediction skill has been adjusted to explosion velocity, aiming to simplify that concept. So these are just kind of some cleanups. They did make a big change to the EONE, which is a super. The EONE now has the change from its weapon stability of +5% to explosion radius -5%, aiming to simplify the concept, and bonus effect remains mostly the same as before the adjustment. That's because nobody and their brother understood what in the fuck weapon stability +5% meant. I had no idea what that meant. I kept looking at that and kept thinking about that. And it's like, what exactly are they saying with that statement? Well, I guess they were saying explosion radius -5% the whole time. Good Lord. Since fighters always orbit the target at normal flight velocity, orbit velocity is no longer shown in their attribute descriptions because there is no orbit velocity. They're just moving at their regular speed. Imagine that. So they took that out. The maximum number of saved locations after using the wave graph has been increased from 2 to 5, and the automatic location deletion time has been increased from a few seconds to 10 minutes. I have no idea what the hell they're talking about. I don't do wave graphs. If somebody can explain that one to me, please do. I have no clue what the hell that means. This one's hilarious, and I think they added this one specifically because of somebody I know who was in a Lucent Moon, died in a Lucent Moon, never turned on his emergency hull energizer, but yet couldn't get it claimed back in insurance, and was very, very upset. And I won't mention his name, Skinny. But yeah, he died in the Lucent Moon because he wasn't even paying attention. No, it wasn't Blom. Yeah, yeah, it was kind of hilarious. He was like AFK in a Lucent Moon and is seeing dead. Anyway, they added a description that the Capital Emergency Hull Energizer is not supported by insurance claims. So guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You get the privilege of spending $21 billion on a module that has a one-time use. Once you've used it, it gets scrapped into 100 titanium. It's not quite 100 titanium, but it's that freaking bad. Seriously, it's like the stuff you get back when you scrap it is like, why did I even bother that wasn't even worth me pushing the button. Now, you all know it's not claimable by insurance. You cannot get it back. So it's not just that you put it on and you use it and you lose it, but if you put it on and for some reason you die somehow, some weird way, even in a DR by accident, disconnect this, that, or the other, that sucker is not claimable by insurance. Doesn't matter. Thank you, NetSleaze. Module attributes will now show mathematical operators other than the minus sign, such as +35 and ×80% to improve readability. This may cause some module display values to change, but the actual values remain unchanged. So what that means is some of the module readouts you were looking at for what you thought you were getting, but you weren't getting that, that's because the numbers on the screen were wrong. Imagine that. Imagine that. Optimize the prompt description for the corporation hangar. This is a big one. They optimized the prompt description for the corporation hangar. What prompt? Where do you see this prompt? And what did the prompt say before? Because they note, here's the note, contents in the corporation hangar will be dropped or destroyed if the corporation outpost is destroyed or occupied. Please retrieve the contents from the hangar promptly. Now, this caused a ruckus today when people read that and tried to parse what that means. I'm going to pop a little bubble in everybody's excitement here for a moment, because the way that reads and the way I read it at first was, if you're in a T1 Citadel and I blow it up, all your shit and all your hangars is going to show up in either be destroyed or randomly show up in a box like it would for an outpost for me to pick up and steal from you. And I got super excited for that. That's what I want. That's what I want. Now, granted, that says a corporation outpost. So, okay, so that's a 1, 2, or 3, but not a 4. A 4 is a corporation citadel. NetEase never gets their terminology right, so I'm not really sure if they mean this applies to everything or it just means it applies to a 1, 2, and 3, an actual corporation outpost, and not a corporation citadel, 1 or 2, 2 being the Keepstar. However, because, I mean, hell, if you just entosis someone's stuff, a box just drops out in space after the entosis process is done and you scoop it up. That's kind of amazing. I really want to see that. But what they're getting out here, and it's in the last line where it says, please retrieve the contents from the hangar promptly. That's your corporation delivery hangar. It's actually hangar 5. It's not, you have hangars 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if you have the rights or the permissions to the corporation to see the corporation hangar, because that's what it's called, the Corp delivery hangar is actually like the 5th hangar that you have. If you leave shit in there, it's going to drop. Or it's going to be given, or it's just going to show up there for the guy who entoasts it to be able to pull it out and take it. So don't leave that in there. Yes, if you accept a contract on behalf of the corporation, that is where it goes at that corporation, at that location, period. It could be someone else's citadel 6 jumps away, and you accepted that contract on behalf of the Corp, and it's in your Corp delivery hangar and Joe Blow's citadel 6 systems down, and guess what else is wonderful about that system? You can't see it. You can't see it. It doesn't show up on the corporation's assets. It's not searchable. And you have no way to track it. That is absolutely correct. You just have to fly around to all the citadels you might have accepted a contract in and double check those fucking hangars. Yeah, exactly, culprit. I know. I've done it. I'm like, where the hell was that? Ah, shit. I'm going to go here. Ah, crap. I'm going to go here. Ah, just keep going. It's got to be one of these around here. I know it was around this area. It was in this region somewhere. And you just keep going to each one and looking for it. Yeah, it's crazy. So, not to rain on everybody's parade, but that is what I'm being told that means. And I'm pretty confident that that's correct. That last line seals the deal. Please retrieve the contents from the hangar promptly. Retrieve the contents from the hangar promptly. They're talking about the delivery hangar. That's exactly what that means. It can't mean anything else, because you don't retrieve contents from your base 1, 2, 3, and 4, or hangar 1, 2, 3, and 4, depending upon which system you're looking at, because they still haven't fixed that little bug where they're named base 1, base 2, base 3, and base 4 in some instances. It's ridiculous. So, sorry to burst everybody's bubble. You're not going to have giant loot pinatas. I wish that was the case, honestly. I wish if you blew up someone's citadel or you entosised it, you got everything that was in their hangars. You got everything that they were cooking. You know, you go and entosis a Keepstar and they're cooking a Titan, and you entosis that sucker, and you now have that Titan, because when it comes out of build, it's in the damn hangar and you own the hangar. Why wouldn't it be? Anything in build should be yours. Anything in their hangars should be yours. You just took the station over. How the hell do you not have access to the hangars? Think about that for a minute. I mean, that just sounds ridiculous. Why do you not have access to everything that's in there? And granted, you wouldn't have access to the personal storage hangers. I get that. I understand that. But the corporations, man. Yes, no kidding, Bradrick. Everybody would be showing up for timers at that point. Mass chaos for SOV, that's for sure. And that's what it should be. That's 100% what it should be. So they missed an opportunity here to really change things up a little bit. So, not to burst your bubble. It's still something, though, right? It's still something. So that's cool. That's cool. And if memory serves me right, there was a time at some point, and I want to say that this happened kind of towards the first few months of the server war. Maybe someone's going to recall this, but it was in Tenal or Branch, one of the two. Dead had a Citadel that we blew up. They'd taken it, and then we were blowing them up. Savage S3VG was up there just ripping Dead a new one. You know, it's like 10 guys and bombers. Then they were just ripping the crap out of Dead. And they blew up one of their Citadels. And shit dropped, or shit got picked up somehow. They got a hold of something out of a delivery hangar. I don't know if it was a drop like that, or if it was, maybe it was one of the ones they intosised or whatever. I'm trying to put my memory together with that all day long, thinking about this after reading that section of the patch notes and figuring out what they meant. But there was something there where we actually got a hold of assets somehow. So if someone remembers that, they downgraded and never emptied. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was, Culprit. Yes. So, I mean, there's already been a mechanic for this here already. And so I think what they're doing here is just optimizing, like they said, they're optimizing the prompt description for the corporation hangar, right? So maybe there's going to be a little warning that comes up when you accept on behalf of the corp and it goes to a delivery hangar that it tells you this or something. Or maybe you have a way of seeing it now. I don't know. They like to do little ninja patches, little ninja updates in there on top of all this other stuff that doesn't get done. So, yeah, exactly. You always have fun times flying with the Savage crew. It's a great group. Great corp. All right. After opening 120 secret traffic containers, you are guaranteed to receive a Death Wish Series Corp Opt Supply Box. So, the secret trafficking containers, if you open 120 of them with a key, this is not without keys, with a key, you now get a Death Wish Series Core. So that's what they're updating there. Yeah, I wish they would bring back this, again, into a whole discussion about cores. I wish they would bring back the CyberX, but I mean, they had it at one point, and it was only a few months ago. Do you guys remember this? It was just a few months ago. They introduced those boxes that were like the 5 of 5s, and they had different names to them, and they had all these new nanocores that were really the same nanocores, but they had different names, and you could just pick one of 5 boxes or one of 4 boxes, and then inside of that, the 5 faction, the Pirate 5 factions, right. They need to bring back something like that in the Concord store, where you can basically just get your pick of any one of the nanocores they've ever made, obviously outside of the capital ones, the high-end capital ones and supers that they're wanting to charge people out the ass for. Clearly they're not going to do that. But they need to bring back something like that to where these cores are more available throughout the year than just once every 2 years. Like, when was the last time we were even able to get a CyberX? I forget. Yeah, the Lucifer cores looked cool on the Drams. But, there was an Acarix one. They've never brought back the Thermogenic Storm Core 2, really, other than the one time you can get them from that, the one right below the Concord store, whatever that box is that's in the events page. Concord points, and then right below that, there's those boxes. You can get the Thermogenic out of that. But, the Nanocore collection, exactly. But I just feel like the Nanocores need to be just a little bit more accessible at a little bit lower price, and all the different variations more readily available. And, of course, my long-standing wish, dream, hope that Nanocores are sellable and tradable on the market. That would be a huge... That would just be that'd be huge. I'm looking forward to that day, but it'll never happen. It'll never happen. Okay. With that said, moving on to the patch notes, we are almost done. Bug fixes. Fixed an issue where the barrage repression implant could be activated and increase the rate of fire even without ammunition. Now it cannot be activated without ammunition. Okay, that's good. I don't think I've ever noticed that. Fixed an issue where the tips for integrated rigs could not be opened in certain situations. Cool. Fixed an issue where the Nanocore settings interface for procurer ships may not open. That affects 5 people. Okay, cool. Fixed an issue where the UI displayed a lower DPS than the actual value when the siege module and pulse crystals were activated simultaneously on a dreadnought. Huh? Siege module and pulse crystals were oh, I see. So that bugged the DPS on a rev, basically, on a revelation. Interesting. Fixed an issue where the dreadnought turrets were displayed as in siege mode by default. Okay, so a little animation thing cleaned up there. Fixed an issue where the visual size of some drones were too small for its volume. Why do we care? You don't look at drones anyway. They're little icon. They're just little dashes on the screen. Okay. Unless, of course, you're looking at your assault hot steels for the first time, the stupid-looking fucking fighters that everybody has to have, including me. Fix an issue where the price might not be displayed on the Growth Fund event interface. Yeah, see, I mean, that's stupid-looking, Barrick. I mean, it's cool, but it's stupid-looking. I mean, that's not Eve. That's Gundam. But, like, I don't know. I have such mixed feelings about those damn things. They're stupid. Why are they here? Please, God, go away. Oh, they have great application. I'm getting some. Oh, God. I don't know. Yeah, Gundam mixed with Pokemon. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Hot Steel is, yeah, it's Zoolander. Lord Almighty. The application is pretty good, though. All right. Fix an issue with the DPS value displayed for advanced corporation outposts and citadels only took 3 weapons into the calculation. Okay. Fix an issue where the price might not be displayed on the Growth Fund event. I already said that. Fix an issue where... Did they do that twice? Or did I just read through something twice? No, I must have missed that. Fix an issue where the capacitor recharge time in Nyla space was in garbled text. I don't know if you've ever noticed that before, but I have. And I've even noticed it to where all of a sudden, in a Nyla space, all the ships I have targeted, all the NPCs I have targeted, suddenly turn to names like Claralam or Istatard. Istatard's an ITC, Claralam's a high-sec island. I have no idea how the hell that text gets there, but that was fun times. Because I don't like AI ratters in Claralam. I don't like that whole AI bullshit setup, and I really loved shooting the name Claralam. That happened twice. I can't wait for it to happen again. Both times I missed it because it wasn't all of them, but I missed getting a screenshot. It has really pissed me off. Fix an issue where the selection state in the skill training list and avoidance systems list. Oh, this is wonderful. Fixed an issue with the selection state in the skill training list and avoidance systems list. You guys know what that is? This is a huge bug. Do you guys know what that is? You go and look at all your list of skills, and you try to scroll down it, and all of a sudden they all switch over to the left as if you're going to delete them. Same thing when you're trying to scroll through where your autopilot's taking you, and it wants to switch over to the left as if you're going to go through and avoid all of them. Thank you for fixing that. How in the hell did you break that? When did that happen? Like, that's annoying as all crap. So that'll be fixed tomorrow, supposedly. Fix an issue where some system structures might be shown to be in low power despite having sufficient fuel after the server maintenance and reboot. Okay. Yeah. We've been on this rodeo before, ladies and gentlemen, multiple times. I wake up in the morning only after a patch, only to find all the citadels, all the outposts are in low power. Get fucked. Someone's put them in hole already, and no, NetEase isn't going to fix it by the time the timer comes back. Just completely. Can we just like stop that now? Now that supposedly is going to be a fix, but I guarantee I already have teams on standby. I've got this is 4:20 a.m. is when the maintenance comes back up for me, so I literally have guys on standby that are going to be up at that time because they're in different time zones, ready. Exactly, culprit. I feel bad for you. You are the team. But I've got multiple people, like 5 of them, ready to go into all of our citadels across the 3 corps, ready to just fix that shit, please. Turn the power off, turn the power back on, and we're good before somebody puts it in the hole. Not that I don't want to have any kind of fight on the citadel. It's just the fuckers won't show up. So, but you'd have to. So don't waste my time like that. You're going to put it in a hole and you don't show up. I'm going to come put all your shit into a hole and I will show up. So anyway, supposedly that problem's fixed, and that is signed off as the scope, YC 126.7. And that is it for the patch notes. The notes on July 30th for the maintenance update July 31st at 0800 UTC. It'll be approximately 120 hours. That puts you at 0920 UTC when the servers come back up. Anybody have any questions about all of that? Want to buy more discussions about super balance? Oh my God. Yeah, no one else has had any other conversations about that because we shot them all down. It's been ridiculous. I don't want to go there. Supers are not don't need a buff. They don't need a buff, but they don't need a nerf either. So, taking bets. Local bug will be back after the patch. Maybe. Yeah, people not understanding things, Bradrick, is like basically how I'm getting my content in half the time. So, it's all of your content, Bradrick. The Pitching with Bradrick section on Reddit is specifically because of that. Don't complain about where your bread's buttered. Yeah, Rebel, you and I had a conversation this morning. You think space superiority fighters shouldn't apply damage to ships in the game because of the game's lore. I mean, if space superiority fighters couldn't apply damage to ships, they'd be for defanging purposes only on drones or for other fighters, right? I don't follow that. I know you say it's in the game's lore from EVE Online, but this is EVE Echoes, so actually, Rebel, you know what we should do before I end the show here, because I'm going to wind it down. We should have you come on the show. Not this weekend. This weekend we've got a very special guest lined up. 2, I hope. So be prepared for that. But maybe sometime when we have one of our roundtable discussions, Rebel, we can have you on and you can talk about your views that you and I talked about this morning. Give you a chance to kind of air that out to everybody, let them think about it. No, Tommy, it's not you. And then we can... And then we can kind of go through some things because Rambo and I have talked about roundtable discussions before, and I know we both want to do that for all kinds of topics. So, but yeah, hopefully we have a couple of. Oh, you're going to be out of town this weekend? Ah, shit, you're right, you are. Okay, so maybe it's just going to be me and the special guests, but we shall see. You might want to tell those 2 people that you're going to be out of town. Maybe they're going to want to reschedule. I bet you they will. They'll wait for you, Rambo. With probably smart reasoning. Anyway. Rambo's a chat. All right, with that's it. I don't even have an outro. I'll have to put it in after post because I don't have the soundboard fixed up for the iPad yet. Sorry about that. We'll play it. Vetamune's not going to be here. That's not going to happen. So, not going to happen. So, anyway, thanks, guys. Appreciate you coming. And we'll see you tomorrow after the patch and see just how good, bad, ugly everything is. And I'm sure if it is, we'll talk about it this weekend on Echoes of New Eden. I'm one of your co-hosts, Taylor Rick. As always, fly safe. We'll see you later. 07.